So I have returned to play some more Monulite SMP. So I'm going to use these rails and I'm going to dig out this hole or this wall over here so we can even it out and just do some mining. I know this is going to be a lot of work, but we'll get this working, and I might be able to maybe pivot the drill. I'm not sure if I'm able to pivot drills, but if I can, that would be wonderful. And I know I'm supposed to go this way, but I think I can do that. Probably make some arrangements. It's gonna look weird because I know there's like lava right here, but once I mine this way, you have all this lava, so I might as well just do something like this just to make the lava seep in, because we're going to do some cleaning. I gotta see how big this drill is. So let me just place it like that. There we go. It does take a little longer for it to build, so that's what it looks like. Okay, so I will have to shift it over, because I gotta shift it over approximately 1, 2. So I gotta shift it over. Yeah, I gotta shift it over 2 blocks. Place it down. Yeah, this is what we want. And then I go inside with the right tank and I begin mining. Okay. Did something get stuck? Let me fix something. I think maybe a block got stuck. So let me, because I think you need like at least 4. It's a learning experience once you get the hang of setting up the drill. Because I think you need like 5 at least. Okay, so it's functioning as it should. But this is one way for us to clean our laboratory. I could probably make this, I think, okay. We're fine. We have the armor on. See the lava? We're totally immune to it. There's a lot of lava around here. Look at that. Our drill still went through it. Because I know I built a I check my hyper tubes. Like one of my hyper tubes kind of like bend over and such. Diamonds. way. Look at all that wall of lava right there. So I have to do a lot of sealing to maybe install a train. I think my plan for today is do something for the farm. Make some farms for like carrots. Okay, I see some monulite. Ooh, 2 monulite ore. Okay. I might be able to collect that when I make a diamond. Diamond pickaxe. Okay, it ran out of fuel. That's a lot of cobble deep slate. Since I learned about what contraptions are with the minecart, I can also make a portable storage, which I can just attach tons of chests on the sides, which I can like store whatever. And I can have them like connect to certain machinery. It's my choosing, you know. Let me see how deep we can get in this cave. You can see the mobs spawning right behind me. But this is one way to get monulite. I just gotta see like how many pieces of monulite do I need. Plus I have to see, can this drill be turned around or reoriented? If that can happen, that'd be interesting. And maybe I should attach a crafting table or a little storage area if I ever just want to put like my stuff in, like sticks, and I think that might be an idea. Add like a crafting table inside. I can craft on the go. So the copper veins are like very far away. Look at this hole though. I'm just gonna wait for this to like die out. That's very interesting. Yeah, so see, that actually went on for a good while. The way how long we went to this cave. Oh, where you guys come from? But look at that. So all this mining that the drill did is just insane. And if we try to, like, look at all these diamonds that I'm seeing right now. This is a lot of diamonds. Lots of diamonds. But I may have to try something where I can, look at all these baby zombies. But we definitely spot some Monulite. So I'm going to make a diamond pickaxe. But you can definitely see this is a lot of clearing that I have to do. Because you can actually see there's a ton of lava over here. But let me just go ahead and make a diamond pickaxe. But I do need to reevaluate the drill, because the drill has a lot of things on it. And I am thinking about adding a crafting table on the go. Crafting table and maybe a chest that just holds things. That just holds, like, you know, little storage, or storage just to put my important material, or whatever materials that I'm thinking of saving, storing. Because I think we can also make, like, storage too on the go. Okay. I don't need the glue. I need sticks. So in order for us to get Monulite, I'm gonna go and harvest it, because I remember I did a mod showcase on the Monulite ore, or research on it, and what you need to harvest it with is a diamond pickaxe, because I think when you use iron it dissipates. We're actually going to add looting or fortune onto this pickaxe, but okay. So that's one, and we gotta collect the other 3. And then once we have those 3, then that's more than enough to make a Monulite pickaxe. But I probably want to hold on to the Monulite to probably get a full set, just to try it, to see how strong it is. Because I think we can make armor, but I think from what I known, it's a bulkier version of netherite. But I think the durability might be stronger or weaker. Which I totally forgot the durability of it. But making this drill, it definitely saved a lot of time. Getting Monulite is very rare, and it is rare. But I think if you have create, you'll be getting it in no time. Or it's just become common. Look at all these mobs everywhere. So many bow spammers. it's still crazy work. Because I think I really want to see if we can try to change the orientation of the minecart when it happens. Like, I want to see, like, can this be done? But first I got to do a little fix on the drill. So that means we got to do some engineering time. Hope this thing don't break. Okay. Right now everything is a solid block. So actually let me do this. Oh, it broke. So let me just try to fix it. Again, I'm still learning. I think the drill was like more like towards here, because I'm looking at how this was all broken. So let me just move it back some. Let me just move it like right here. I think all I gotta do is like put it on there. It turns into this. You can see the blocks. So what I'm gonna do is add a crafting table, because I definitely need to add something to craft with the crafting table. Crafting table and some storage, like a chest, just to store my things on the go. There we go. Man, it's so hard to get up there. I guess everything is connected. Now, let me fix it. Alright. So let me... I think the way I was mining, it was not like dead center, it was like... I think it was somewhere like... I'm just trying to see, like I can't tell if it was like in the middle or what. But I do want to see like what happens if we try turning it. Because I want to see, does it like turn, like does it like perform a turn? Because if it does, then that would be quite interesting to see. Like I probably just want this to turn. Okay, so let's give it a try. For science. Well, I'll say it doesn't work. So I think it can only go like, yeah, and it can only go like one way. So it's like straightforward. I thought we can turn. So now I know the truth. But this is a very big hallway. Diamonds everywhere. So let's go north. Oh yeah, so you can see like it still goes to like the other chests. So yeah, I would say that's slightly problematic, but at least we got a crafting table. But oh, I can't use the crafting table, so I guess the crafting table is just a decoration block apparently. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, it does, like, it took like my whole block and it does something to it. You can see that we have like a lot of stuff in here. A lot of cobble deep slate. I can just let this machine run and I can just dump all this cobble deep slate. I wish we could have like a trash can that allows us to clean this up a little more efficiently. We get a lot of redstone, some zinc, clay. So I'm just going to let this drill run. I just sit here and just empty whatever I can out this drill while it's in motion. There's a little uneven wall here. Okay, there's the lava. Yeah, it does feel like I really do want to make like a farm. have Monulite. 8 pieces of Monulite. Yeah, we're just inching away from the lab. I think I'll stop the drill when it reaches like 300 meters north. So that's gonna be like a while. I don't see if it like goes any faster, but I don't know. I never used a mine cart with the ferns before. $285 meters. We should be seeing some Monulite right now. But today's video isn't going to be too focused on Monulite, more so like little things, but I mean I might be able to make the helmet. Since getting this material is pretty rare. Okay. So we hit obsidian. So that's what happened. So we kept mining until we came across something unusual, which is this area. A ton of lava. It would be insane if we actually came across a end portal or a stronghold somewhere. But again, I'm not going to go to the end, but I'll have seen it. But I know there's nothing here. But you can definitely see this is what the drill have done. It has done a lot of excavation. Look at all those mobs popping out because of the lack of torches. This is why they say you gotta put a lot of torches when using those drills. Unless you have a machine that automatically places down like redstone lamps, but every centimeters for every meter. But this is a lot of excavation. Copper vein. I have to actually see if I'm clear to do the copper vein though, because that is like a long way to go, unless I want to like use the drill and just do it on the top surface, because I've always been mining deep slate a lot. I wonder what it's like to mine stone. It might be a lot more efficient. Place down some rails, empty the chest out of the loot and the stuff I've been picking up. This is supposed to be where the train goes, but of course there's going to be like lots of lava everywhere. I'll say the only way that I can see the train would go is like this way, where we can like see where we need to locate. Alright. So let me just check this stuff in here. But definitely I will have to get some more coal. But I think for create, I will have to try to be more sophisticating, because I know there's going to be like a lot of things that I can make with create, because I know there's more than just mining. I could use the contraptions to make farms. I can make portable inventory. I think that explains why we don't have backpacks. Maybe they want us to see if we can use create, maybe as an alternative. But I know some people may not use create like that, or they had fears about using it because it looks so sophisticating and intricate. Like, I can definitely relate to like when somebody thinks that's what create is, and I agree. Create can look scary when you're just trying to learn how to like move one thing to the next. But I think over time you'll get comfortable, then it's not gonna be as scary. So I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is first I gotta see what the hyper tubes are doing, because I'm going to I'm gonna go to the floating island. I'm just going to see like what's happening, because I know I have to do like a lot of excavation, but I think I should be fine. I think I should be okay with the excavation part. I was just trying to see like if I use the drill and I just keep going straight, I think I would be fine, because I'm not touching over here. Like, I'm probably going to be all the way down in the ground anyway, so I might not be able to see this whole hypertube at all. But I would say when we get to the deep caves or the copper veins, maybe that's when I actually start seeing the same exact thing that I just saw from the hypertube. But that would mean I'm probably have to make the train going this way, since it makes more sense to go this way, because I could probably make it an area where I could just keep mining with the drill. But I would say the place would be so drilled out to the point where it's probably you probably just see a big box everywhere, because I've been mining with a huge drill with tons of mechanical drills attached to it, so it probably wouldn't really matter. So the copper vein is up here, so I don't think you think my drill is going to even come up here, or even come close to up here. But if I do want to start placing my drill, I gotta put it away from their island. And I definitely gotta find somewhere on the surface. But right now I'm just gonna see like, what can I do? Because all I just need is like coal. And I think another reason why I'm going over here is for their farms again. So I can at least just, get their potatoes and carrots, because they can always rejuvenate those like all the time. And I'm just gonna replant them and then just be a-okay. Hey, what happened here? Sometimes I don't understand why this does this. I would say it's still a work in progress. Like, I didn't eat or anything, but it does tell you that this thing is still broken. Like, it takes you to the place, but it's still broken. Like, you can still see the wheel. Oh my goodness. I think I should still put ladders next to it, just in case if I ever get stuck. Okay. So we have to look for the floating island. There it is. I'm just going to turn on some shaders just for cinematic purposes, but I'm just going to walk up there. But honestly, it does feel like they should put an elevator or a gantry. So what's this? So they have housing. I mean, nice housing. I think I like the designs, the moss, the little azalea. Looks nice. I'm just going to say most of their housing just looks nice in my laboratory, since all I mostly do is just build to survive. But these guys seem like they're living the life from the space crash. I thought it's supposed to be about, you know, staying alive, but they look pretty comfortable just to be staying alive. Like, very comfortable. And I can't really drill anything into this island either, because this is where they live at. So I can't drill I can't drill into something that they live in, because I gotta respect their home. There's a lot of tall grass everywhere. Alright, yeah, so we gotta borrow their farm again. But at least it's not like taking iron or gold that they've been grinding. Okay, I still see some of the stuff is not growing as much. I just hope they don't get upset that I'm doing something to their crops. Because I am planting it back. And I am very thankful that they have this farm just in case if anybody needs food. I kind of just broken those carrots that were trying to grow. Okay. So yeah, you can actually see they have some very nice housing. But still, I can't really like mine into this. I mean, I think I can also make a vertical. Wait, what happened? I can make a vertical drill if I want to. I definitely heard the bell. I'm not sure what that was. It meant something. Maybe it's like a little alarm that lets me know, like, lets somebody know that a person is close. I don't know. This island is very interesting, but they kind of live in very, very comfortable. So I will have to definitely find a way to... Like, I definitely need to excavate to somewhere, but... I think the only way I can excavate is probably maybe down there. Maybe right there I could probably start excavating. Maybe. But again, I just don't know if they have an issue with me just, I guess, startling their home or whatever. I mean, I gotta respect their places too. I gotta respect it. Okay, we got chests and stuff over here. I mean, I really can't tell like who's residing in these areas. Because all I just want to do is just place my drill and just let it start working on its own. Because look at all this coal right here. Like coal. So we're definitely going to try to collect some stuff here. Let's see. Okay. So if we... I'm just going to put one piece of coal. Okay. So it's working. But I would still be careful though. Because all I just need is like coal. That's all I need is coal. I'm just hoping I don't like cross into their nice fancy basement. Because if that happens, I don't know what to tell you. I might refund them with like, I guess, iron blocks. Maybe that's probably like the only payment I can give for damages. But I definitely need coal. I mean, I can mine where I'm at far out, but I gotta manually move, and then they're gonna tell me I can't break there, I can't break here. When there's so much land, there's so much land to conquer. Well, we are getting raw copper, and that's good. It's actually pretty good to get raw copper. And we also have limestone. I think limestone is just good as like fancy color, fancy block color. Just be standing on the tip of this drill. This is actually a very nice drill though. I'm expecting to get more coal though. Fuel. I think we might be able to get a crow. There's water. Not sure if I break that, that's somebody live in that area. But they'll definitely be coming down here wondering, like, who burrowed in here? That's just going to be the funny part. Who burrowed in here? And they're going to probably tell me not to use the drill. But they should definitely add like a trash can mod where I can just clip the trash can and I can like put it in or something. Have it filtered where it like collects a particular material. Okay, we're coming across water right now. So I would say for majority of this episode, we've probably just been mining or drilling. Okay. Okay, let's stop there. Okay, so let me see. Oh, I'm trying to see like what's going on here. Oh yeah, so they'll definitely see there's like a big burrowing hole right here. Yeah, that's the thing though. See, I can just be burrowing into the hole or stuff like that, but they're gonna be like, oh, by me doing something like this, I might have like destroyed, I might have did like a lot of damage to the location. But this is the reality though. Like, what they're gonna see is this. Like, when they load in, they're gonna see, who made this hole right here? Like, that's all they're gonna see is who made that hole. And they'd be like, it could never been somebody else than me. And I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be looked at just because I made a drill. But I'm not doing it to grief. I did it because I was actually trying to get like coal and material. And I thought coming back to the island was a little easier because the crater was more exposed and I could just go into the cave and just harvest whatever I can. But I know the feeling I'm gonna get is I'm gonna be chastised just for breaking something. That's the feeling. I'm gonna be chastised for it. But anything to progress in science. So I'm just looking at it as a scientific discovery that the drill can actually break stone, cobblestone, any type of metal except bedrock. So now let's just leave the crime scene as if I'm just going to say something just happened and then somebody burrowed a hole in there. I'll say it's the chunk. The chunk did it on its own. I mean, you guys were offline for so long that it just generated a chunk and it just did that. That's probably like one of the worst. That's probably like the worst lie to ever say. But I'm just making a drill. I mean, I'm that sophisticated enough to make a drill, and it worked, and I was able to get some material. Now that we have coal and more copper now, and maybe zinc, because we are getting tons of zinc. Surprisingly, we haven't even been using that much zinc other than using a lot of iron nuggets just for the andesite. I'm thinking about, should I do something for the andesite and make it andesite alloys? Because if I can make the alloys, those are going to be very helpful when it comes down to just making shafts, cogs, and gears. But most definitely, we definitely got what we need. Just can't believe that we were trying to make a drill to cut through the whole almost bottom to the other side, and it was about to take us to another player's area. And I'm pretty sure they don't want their area to be messed up with the immersion of somebody burrowed a hole in there. But hey, that's the reality. Sometimes not everything is perfect. Things happen. It's part of the experience. Oh, you want my gold carrot? There you go. You can now enjoy that golden carrot that I just gave you. But I'm just going to say their places are nice. It's nice. So if I look up here from this angle, I'm just going to say, does it like look any horrible or broken? Well, they'll just see like a little hole over there. I mean, it's not going to break anything. Like, from this point of view, everything looks pretty clear. It's just a little chunk over there. If it was like a big hole, then that'd be kind of concerning. So I think I'm fine. I'm fine. So now all we gotta do is go back to our laboratory, and it's 1:41 a.m. in the morning. I might think, because I gotta look at my clipboard. So it says drill towards the copper vein, knowing good and well the copper vein is going to take a long time, and that would mean I'll have to be in the drill for hours, which is totally fine. But again, I'm not sure how the drill will continue, or will it get stopped by like a it's sort of like how we went underground and then it just got stopped by like lots of lava, and there was like obsidian there too. It was like a lot of things that were just obstructing our way of just getting around. So to build my service laboratory, I could just use the quartz. Make gantry to connect islands. So if I think about, if I make a gantry, it's gonna be kind of similar. Gantry carriages can mount to slide. Okay. Okay, yeah. Apply super glue. It's just gonna make the gear move from whatever destination I have. I think it still requires like a controller or something to like move it from one point to the next, because I really want to see like how that works. And then what's this? A shaft. I know there's like more to this. Okay, let me just push next scene. Okay, so if we use redstone, it stops it. Is relayed. What does that mean? Oh, okay. So when you add redstone to it, it also powers this up. That's actually kind of cool. That means you can also make it where if you have a gantry, we can also make a door open if it gets connected to the correct gears on arrival. They can have opposite orientations. Interesting. I would say this is going to be very complicated to learn. Like, you can also make it sideways. That is very intriguing. This is sophisticating. Like, if you make I know this is like a gear shaft. There's just a lot of things. You can also make them go up and down. This is crazy. You can literally make an elevator with this too. Oh my goodness. My brain is exploding right now. There's so many possibilities. It's definitely showing me a lot. Because if when I make the gantry, which is going to require rotational force, wheels, I have to power up with the wheels, and then I gotta make it move. I'll have to see if I could try to work with the basics at least. At least just make it move forward, so you can just move forward from one place to the next. But it's so crazy, because it's literally like a vertical elevator. Because I might just work on doing it very slowly. Maybe I can still connect it to the island, and I can let it be called like some sort of elevator controller, because I think it might need an elevator controller. You know, it could still be, you know, pushed and pulled. Like I can make it be called from that location, and then it gets. It's sort of like I gotta work it together. Skeleton miss. We move too fast that the skeleton can't even hit me out of the tube. Okay. So it's like, now what do I do? Only thing I can do is just maybe just stand right here and try to see how we're gonna make the gantry, or even process to make the gantry. But I'm gonna throw my trash away because I have McDonald's. So I'll just throw my trash away, take a little break, and then trying to plan on redecorating my laboratory, because I think that's what's going to happen for the most part. Probably just decorating my lab, and then do something with the gantry, and then we get ourselves a updated lab that looks a lot more appropriate for what it's designed for. And maybe I might use like a pulley or something that's connected just for it to, you know, wind up and down. But I might use a controller for that, or a redstone link for it to go up and down without me actually using manual labor. So I'm just going to let this game run, and you guys can just look at the cogwheels just move at speeds, or I could just be in an area, cover myself in glass, and you can just hear the machines just buzz in action. Yeah, I could just like stand right here and just cover myself, because I don't know what mob is going to come in here. I don't know if there's like a zombie, a creeper, or whatever, because things happen. So I'm just going to encase myself like this. So yep, just enjoy the movement and the automation. Alright, I have returned. So I was thinking, if I focus on the surface of my laboratory, which I can, I would have to decorate it, and then I have to add another room, which is for the farm, because I remember the crops. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is the crops. So all I need is quartz and some sand, because I might have to smelt some more sand. Let's see. Let me see how many blocks of iron do we have? Because maybe I can try to fix the entire floor. Maybe with create flooring. But I want to see how many stacks of iron we have. Okay, so we're almost hitting 3 stacks. That's a lot of iron. Tons of iron, actually. Because if I can try to cover this floor, because if I try to cover this floor with iron, let's see, it's gonna look very weird, but that's like a lot of iron that I gotta cover, and I gotta do the math, because that means I need tons of iron blocks. So yeah, I would say for the iron blocks I could just wait a little longer. But I can use block of industrial iron though to make it look a little cleaner. Okay, there was a hole right here. I'm really thinking about, should I just wait until I get more iron to do the floor? I mean industrial iron seemed like it fits naturally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 19. I'm thinking about making a farm. might make this to sugarcane once. Maybe when I return to making another farm. I know I had to showcase some mods, but I gotta get back to doing those. so it doesn't go. So I thought the water can just flow up, but it seems like I gotta put like a water source there. We've been recording for 2 hours and 10 minutes so far. I'm trying to see if I can make this to a potato farm at least. I just hope this is enough farmland. Alright, so we gotta make harvesters. Chests. Yep. I want to identify the... I know these are like chassis blocks. Okay. Mechanical bearing. They also move too. That's interesting. I know how to make a windmill. So this is the mechanical bearing. So slab. Okay. Okay. When we have a mechanical bearing, this is where I need to make some more of those casings and then have it connected underneath, which means all this got to be connected. Yeah. Gotta connect it all. I know there's like something. And it already has sticky stuff on it. But I think I can use any type of block. It doesn't have to be the chassis. I could just use... I can use the industrial iron. And I can just keep the machine rolling. Let me check the harvester. Yeah. I said the harvester can only cover like a circular motion. Because once it moves, it's going to go diagonal like this. Because it's kind of hard to tell from a circular motion. But that would mean I would have to place them here, and then I gotta place some chests on top of it, connect all of it, and then once that happens, then I can regrow that, and it just keeps going on and on and on in a circle. And I think the output will probably be somewhere, maybe right here. Maybe I might make it where it gets outputted. But let me check the harvester. Okay. Might as well go out and get some wood. Whoa. I did not see the creeper right there. That startled me. Because I'm so tired. The server must have just enough items installed. Wait, so they don't have that? That's insane. I think I know where I placed my super glue. I might have to mix it up with carrots. I'm gonna go and process the Monulite as well. Okay, it has to be blasted. Alright, so the crops are planted. Let me see if I have any spare gearboxes. I think this episode might be more so of, I would say anything. Okay. Because since this is like the only thing that I'm using it for, let me sleep in the bed first, then try to plan this out. Because that would mean I would have to put the shafts under the water, because they could still function underwater. Okay. I mean, this might be a very crazy setup, but anything just to make something work. I mean, I could use a windmill to save time and confusion. But at this point, this is just whatever, because I'm a bit exhausted. Then I have to then I gotta try to connect it to this unit. These boots are like anchors, man. Weighing me down. Okay, since that's powered, know how to get in. Okay, you can actually see how fast it's going. That's funny. I won't look at it again. I won't look at the absurdity of it. That is hilarious. But that should be enough to like cover the whole thing. But look how it's like all I gotta do is add the harvester and then we're good to go. But I'm not sure if that destroys the crops though in the process. Yeah, it does like snap into place. Also, that's like one pro and con. This is messy. But once we get it together, it's gonna look like some. But now I understood that it works. But still pretty funny the way how it spins so fast. Like it can definitely like cover a lot of things. And I can I can just attach chest to that. And then we add the mechanical harvesters. I think I might have to make like one more. Make another mechanical harvester, and then we'll see how fast it's gonna be ridiculously fast. That's the funny part. I'm just gonna make it look like normal, not like something that's, you know, abnormally sped up. I might put it at like 50 because that was funny. So when we have the harvester, and if I hook it up, okay, it did lag there for a second. Okay, why is it going that way? Okay. It must be the way how I'm looking at it. Let me snap that off. That means I gotta change the orientation. Sometimes I make mistakes, but I have to learn from them. Alright. I know it kind of like phases a little bit through the glass. But it's all part of the experience. I'm trying to see, is it going to be harvesting? Yep, you can see it's rolling at the speed of sound. It's kind of hard to tell if it's like, you know. Yeah, but you can probably get hurt by this. Probably. It still looks funny and ridiculous. And then I gotta add like a system. But if you look at it, I might try some bone meal. I want to see if it like collects anything, like anything. Strange. So I'm checking the harvester again. I can't tell if it's like actually collecting anything. It's still moving too fast. Okay. So, it did do something. I think it has to be so slow, maybe for the crops to actually register. Yep. So I guess it can't go too fast. It has to be at moderate speed. That's actually good to know. That means my machines actually have enough resistance to basically do this. Right. It's 3:11 a.m. But it's working. Then I can make a little output. I'm not sure if I can like detach anything to it while it's in motion. Let's see. I'll say like right here, that's where like a chest gets pulled in or filtered in so we can actually see like what's in there. A chute and andesite casing. I think that's why they said they use windmills, because it's like moderate speed designed for crops. It's like when you start putting those two together, it makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Yeah, they are tricky because you just saw when I try to speed it up. That's cool. So that means I gotta manually configure it. Sorry, machine, I have to... Okay. Okay, did I just lock my stuff in? this gets very messy. I think I'm just going to keep saying it because this is like one of the most messiest ways to start a farm. But luckily we are getting potatoes. And look at that. It also damaged some of the glass. They should have added something where they could like... I might have made this wider then, if that's going to be the case. I don't understand why is it pointing this way. There we go. Because we want to the point that way, so every time it spins or it's activated, it turns and it just gets put right to this chest right here. See, that's how it's supposed to go. Now let's connect it. Or is it because we need like one block space? Let's see. I know, Create. I'm trying. You just love to be difficult. So we do it like this. That's a whole space. There we go. Look at that. That's actually pretty cool. I'm not sure there's like anything inside of it though. It doesn't give it any time to like register. Let's see. So I don't think it works with like chesses to chesses. Okay. So it seems like once it gets in there. So it works. It works. Let's see. It works. It's just I gotta pair it to something. Yeah, I gotta pair it to something like a chute or whatever. Let me see. They said like a hopper or a chute. So I'm just going to try the chute, and then I will conclude the playthrough here, because it seems like we mostly made a farm, because that's what it seems like we made, a farm. See, there it is. Now we got ourselves an actual farm. Yep. So it gets input into the chest just like that. I mean, that's still wonderful. So if I put like the potatoes in there, it's going to drop all the potatoes, isn't it? Yep, it drops all the potatoes. That's actually pretty nice. That is definitely nice. I think I might be able to do some off camera, cleaning up a little bit to make it look more of like a little dome or a greenhouse that I've just built. I don't think I'll be able to like extend it to make it any bigger or what. I think this will be satisfactory since it is efficient. I could make bigger yields, but what's the point of that? Since it's just going to be growing really fast over time. And we're going to get like carrots and potatoes and such. But yeah, I just hope that everybody enjoys this experience. And on my clipboard, we still haven't done anything to the surface, but yeah, I think for episode 13 we will do more on the surface layer, just building, just making it look nice. But I know that I'm going to be sidetracked because for one, I have to make something for the sugarcane so we can have paper, and then we can try to make books for our enchantment table, and then we'd be able to enchant our stuff, and then we can use it for further things and make our mining and grinding a little bit easier. But it probably wouldn't bother me unless I just want to look for the Monulite. And speaking of the Monulite, I might as well just get this smelted right now, since this is very mysterious metal. So let me just get it processed. Put it in the furnace. Put it in here. Get smelted. We actually have 5 of these, interestingly. And it does take a little longer, so if we smelt it in a blast furnace, we get an ingot, the melted crystal, which is one of the most important crystals, but I know its properties. We can make the coin molder, tools. Okay, this is 4 and 9, 3, 3. So I would say this is pretty bulky armor, very bulky armory. But once I guess make the helmet, because I think that might be the first thing I'll try is the helmet. But other than that, I think that's gonna conclude for the playthrough, and I hope you guys enjoy your time once again. And if you do, then I'm just very grateful. But until then, see you guys next time with another Monulite SMP experience.